Hello, this is podcast for another episode on Britney's jealousy or Meya jealousy. The same, the woman jealousy is all the same. In the past, we might not need to know all the need to fulfill dream just only appearance. But after we have convincing ourselves that we are not alone, me as a quintuplet myself having babies of quintuplets. The speed more to look alike. Maybe Britney Spears, one of my child in a child during childhood, I was actually went to the United States and want to making her very popular girls for me when I was having money after I was doing something and I get chances to be in the United States after 1996. No, so actually, one of my girls were on televisions, and this is saying that it was coincident that somehow Britney was doing the crossroads, which is might interpret her stories, but my girls were actually the quintuplets was only become only two girls, twins. Yeah, because some of them were already deceased. So that's why we were on television, but Britney's something else. Okay, so when I was 15 or actually 13, I had this girl. I visited Orphanage House, and I felt terribly sorry that all of them are so beautiful or wishing to have this much beautiful children of my own. All of them are tight black hair and double eyelids. I encountered that some of myself are so readily to have children just as beautiful boys and girls. One boy come by and he got me pregnant. My first boy is not at first in a white polo shirt, but rather something else, clean and good looking boy and it's 6 years old. I supposedly to have quintuplets boys. I left them refusing to bring him home because my foster mother opened karaoke lounge and not suitable for any boys or girls, even myself as a mother. So in the nick of time the boys might grown up, and the second visit I had my quintuplets girls ML and Picard. I'm teary sorry. I was jealous that I should have beautiful home and ready home for parenting her. So one of my friends might be pregnant with his father, and my boy was delivering us both A negative and my friend was B positive. So my boy said to me, please don't push me to having someone else. I want to have happy home. Mother, you should jealous me and keeping me for you. And he went with a white polo shirt. It was something maybe a different boy. Was my son was so grown up that he having a baby girl's quintuplet for me. And my friend convinced me to bring her home. I refused it. It is not a home I stay, so I brought two girls home. She was murdered at the first time of seeing my foster mother. She was too cute, I think. The moment I saw her face, just of my two girls, I think, when I was carrying to her, I think she's not my real mother, and I felt terribly sorry that I shouldn't risk her life even to see that this place is a very spooky place to be. Even in the city, having a karaoke with girls for being a prostitute is not a place that I should bring her home. But my friend was convincing her to come here, to come back with me, should bring her home. But I said it's not a home. It's the same thing that when I was putting away for psychiatric ward when I was working at TOT PLC. I don't know whether why, but they were convincing me to do something else and drop me at the psychiatric ward somewhere and get me captured. After I reviewed that, Mr. Surashai Tianhawan is actually Nong A Nukunkaนะคะ, and he kept refusing me, which I don't have that relationship with him, only the telephone number and not my boy, but they looked at the same. Actually, the boy, I don't know, because they are so like so small. I don't know which one of them will look like in the future or not. But I having a quintuplets of blonde hair with my father, German father, and he's a royal German father, of course. And first boy was a quintuplet, and then afterwards, I don't know. When I was a kid, I'm not so sure that who is my mother, because when my foster mother brought me home, she never breastfeeding me. And I know at first when I was came from the overseas and come here by airplane. But at first when I came here to the airport at Darwin Airport, I was like seeing some people was taking photo under the flashlight. And I remember like, and me was not even have like any clothes on, but being a baby girls. It was kind of obscene because I don't even have any clothes to put on, but there was so flashlight. We were taking a photo. I don't know whether she's a very popular person or not, but afterwards, I don't think she that popular in the past. So when I was after I delivered Emma and Pika, my foster aunts who have drawn me to death before when I was 1.5 weeks. After my mother left me, or maybe a much 1.5 weeks when I was with them the second time, she dropped me at the same orphanage house, and she brought me back again, and when I was 1.5, I was drawn because they don't. It seems that they don't want me anymore. And at 2 weeks, I went to photo shooting after survival this crisis in Spain to deliver her son, the second son of Unnaha. She has a hair and a tail hair that would be like my hair and was so curly that I was much younger as was shooting in Spain. And actually, when I survived the drowning, and actually my dad were actually cloning me, and they brought me to the same place. I came here to like, I went to my home and grabbed a raid suit, actually the raid jacket, a very warm red jacket, and went to see my father at Hofbahnhof in Munich, Germany. Being like, I even bought the matches, like baby prostitute. Yes. I think I ready to go to see my father, and I have blonde hair actually at first when I was a baby, and I bought like matches for like a big snake, like Payana, like a not a snake, but Payana was a very legendary animals that like look like a dragon. Yes, and I said that if you want matches, do you want Leichter, and something that I Leichter bitter or something, and the guy came by, a very tall guy, came by, and he's my father, who come and rescue me, and we have a happy home afterwards. And then I was pushed away and die in the cold. That I was raped by another guy who brought me back like from a whole happy home with my father, and I died. And my father again, I cloning me, and I was with my father again, and not in Spain. My father is not this Spanish person, but he's a German person, which is the appearance was not like infographic at all. So after I was happily in a castle with my father, I was brought back to the same foster family. At the second week, I went to the photo shooting in Spain. She actually, my aunt was deliver her son, the second son, on his hair, the same like I was mentioned before, and she's only daughter is and was very much like my ML, Aga, ML, and Pika, as the way she was grown up. She was born at Bangkok Christian Hospital with single eyelids, and her nephew, who's her first son, my aunt's first son, her brother, was married with no Lao person, had a son Titan with also single eyelids as their like family ID. So and now I deliver. Maybe I thought it somehow the mix up that my father is the single eyelid person that shot Sahing or something. So they misunderstood or something because my mother, maybe a foster mother, didn't tell them that actually she brought me home somewhere else. That maybe she was afraid that Chad might have Uncle Chad may have some other relationship with like vaccines or Hollywood stars, which actually it is herself. Like she looked like so much like Elisa. Then she actually, my mother like put a gun to her, bang, and she dead. Okay. I don't know whether, but it the appearance looked alike, and she died in a palace in Japan. Actually, and now I delivered my same daughter twice, and she was switching to another quantum state, which it is a military tool that I was presenting when I was a visiting professor at came into an ABAC, and my two doctors Schnauzer was actually dropped it when they came. They're already dead, but they came here to actually deliver the fur babies. And a part of this is a part of me and Daniel's, my boy, the quintuplets innovation that I have waited this son to help the works, as he is the one who invented this to get to success with this kind of quantum tools. He died at age of 2 in a place we called home, a castle hotel in California, USA, by gun shooting after visiting my friends. He died it over. He did over 1 million publications that came out over 1 year's period, a year period. He deployed a good wing to help the sun corner bird to fly, but actually this is an evil, very evil bird. I could tell. I found Meya, so of it at first she convinced to be my blonde haired girl sold in California, who helps me from the deep valley of my dead, where I was like slitted throats in Chiang Mai, and they dumped my body in USA in the valley, deep valley, and she was the one who helped me, my daughter, that her appearance, my first daughter, who is a blonde, would exactly have the appearance like me. when I was at the Bahnhof in Germany, Munich, Germany, München. After I was audited for Hollywood in Chiang Mai, I was slit throat by my friend. And it was French woman in the dark hair. Maybe she wouldn't recognize, or somehow she was got jealousy. And all took up like us. All the women was so having so much jealous in them that they want to kill each other. Actually, I did blonde hair the most of the time when I was with my guy, which is actually appear to me to be only two guys in my life, which is my father and also father, the one who I was a baby prostitute with him at München, Germany. And my second husband is my boy, who is my baby who was born at Orphanage House. And when I was with my father, sorry, I don't know at the time who is my father, but I said that my father might be Miss Universe, or might be, she would be professor at the Harvard. And actually, my father knows that at first he didn't say that I should stay with him. So everyone will be born in this house, or maybe this castle, and not moving away, not supposed to move them away. So actually, one of my boy, when he was grown up, I was come back to study a formal education, even though I was finished postdoctoral with my husband or my boy uh, in uh, in medical school in Chulalongkorn, and was also all the STEM before I even giving birth to my daughter Ampika. But I don't know why, but I have to come to like very closely, like to do some research of learning curve with my friends. And maybe they see that I was disappear from the class, and they convinced me to come back and actually erase the memory of my boy. And like when they cannot slit the brain, someone else brains way to become theirs, like iMovie or something else. So it is not possible to know for sure that I am always with my boys and my father. You can see that when we were in Australia, all the time we were doing all the politically correct things, acts, that we study lawyers in some different continents and countries to give us a good chance and a good legal act for ourselves. And we actually have blood painted with our fingerprints of it. If it is, of course, our house, yes. And we convinced that if there is an investigator or police have entered the site as a crime scene, they should left our blood stain on the floor, would be someone else. But two of us on the sink with a fingerprint, which is two of the blood are actually mother and son, and fingerprint which would be me and my son, and not someone else, or using someone else baby, like Nong A or something, to get married with me or something. So he's always like the one who say no to me even when I call. And you can say the notice is something else. You can notice that two of them are different. They come to say sorry and goodbye, but my son was something else different, and my girl was also something else different. Like Nong Im Eng will not, when she was a baby, she would not let me holding hers, and she doing something else like different, like weird, like almost stopping her because she like bending her back, like don't want me to holding her. But when I was with my girl, she actually tried to reach out for me, and okay, she wanted me to hold her. There was two different things that the girls would do when you are not, when you are not a real mother or not. And this is an instinct the baby would react. In the conclusion, I would say why you say woman jealousy. Woman jealousy will might come because she want her lovers to be back with her or something else. She would do anything to get like someone else back in the very convincing ways that maybe they don't even notice that the families are hers or not, but maybe it would be her lovers would be hers. That would be, yes, that would be a good way to do it. Like a Meya, some Meya was actually met with my my senior uh, at เตรียมอุดมศึกษา who is room 824, like for me is batch 23 and a half, and my senior is 22 and a half, and actually we it's like a brother sister to co like assist each other in school. And he gave me a very good advice, like going to like AVS or exchanging program in America. He went to Peru, and actually he doesn't want to go there. He doesn't want to go there because it's wasting his time to be in a college. That was he told me. And actually he's the one who wants to be like to become like a person in my life. And I have to say that my blood and his blood is not the same. So actually, all of the girls that he met, he have to be what having baby with his mother, because the blood was different. Even with my girls also, but we cannot really refuse because likeน้องเอเนี่ยนะคะ I could feel that it was a negative reinforcement to myself. I don't like him anymore, and I try to like something. I treat my boy differently, even because they look alike, and I feel like I don't trust like my son at all. Also, like it is look the same, and I want to take a blood checking all the time. So I really don't like people like looking the same, but actually I want someone to look like their own DNAs. Really. But it's not it's good with someone like even in Koreans aesthetic clinic, the one they have a block of star Hollywood, or even like Korean star itself. The one made an aesthetic surgery that they have a block surgery that look like stars or something. So actually, when you have this jealousy, came like maybe some guy when they were already success and in like in the zone already. So actually, they will probably don't want any doppelganger. So this is a very difficult way that it should be like a very serious crime that people would commit or try to do it. Even they could like become very popular. To become a popular person, maybe you have to like having sexual or even relationship, close relationship with someone else person. But when you try to break it, you have to be in having serious crime that you cannot be with each other, or maybe you have to addict to the drugs, and then your partner cannot tolerate you at the moment, or even catch the cold or viruses or serious viruses. So I could say that Meya went with my senior in a Khmer pub, and actually she even went to my house when she got jealousy to me and withdraw my true money wallet that my father was actually deposit for me. Uh, I lost over like many million baht in total. And I could say that this house, no one else paying but my piggy bank. And I want to convince my child that your mother didn't do any prostitution to anyone. So even to my father, I just want to know that this point I can make it. She have to came by and put me home, because at first I was born with him and I already ready to walk. I was actually playing kendo with him in Japan before. So I already walkable and talk for I already some age. And when I was brought back, I was an infant and I cannot walk at all. But actually I can talk. When I was young, when I put in a walker, I said it was like hurting my pubic area, because I don't like this kind of like really. I could walk already. I showed her before. And I trying to play like dummy guitar. Yes, and I say I could sing like Elvis song already, and she that it doesn't but it doesn't convince my foster grandma at all. That is kind of weird, even before like the kindergarten times. I went up to Myanmar, or it was formerly called Khmer. It was an underground pub. It was I found Meya was drinking Sprite. She was almost choked up. At the time, the pub was building. Actually, there was an ข้าวสารเนี่ย I heard that someone เนี่ยนะคะ that looked like a lot like my girls, but she already dead นะคะ because she was murdered when she was murdered. She got murdered, and her appearance like, but some it was something else already, but I don't know whether she was grown up or not. But one of my friends told that she was this girl is from Central America, like Brazilian girl, and they all went with someone like looked like Nong A and my boy, and the discotheque was underground. And to enter that discotheque was actually you have to nude get nuded and get naked all, and dances with discotheque underground, and the people were all like got a lot of disease, and it was the spread of HIV as well. Moreover, when I was actually ชีวิตมันโถคงจะเงียนผู้ชายมากนะคะผู้หญิงในห้องหนึ่งเนี่ยผู้ชายต้องอัดกัน2-3คนนะคะเรียกว่าอย่างเงี้ยถึงจะครบรู